In today's video, we're going to be talking about processing payments for no-code marketplaces, and we're specifically going to be diving into the use case of clipping the ticket whenever you make a sale for your sellers. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hey friends, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So I am very excited about this video today because one of the most common questions that I get from people who are getting into building no-code marketplaces is how to best process payments on behalf of sellers and to then automatically pay them out. So I've made a few videos on this channel outlining various different ways as to how you can take payments for your no-code projects, specifically if you are building them inside of Webflow. But for marketplace founders, the more challenging part has not been so much the actual taking of payments. It's more been the process of automatically paying out sellers and service providers. And the main reason for that is because there's been no real tool that has allowed us to do that. Developers, on the other hand, have had a tool that has allowed them to process marketplace payments for quite some time, and that tool is called Stripe Connect. So Connect is a product that was created by Stripe to help marketplaces all over the world process payments. And the way it works is pretty simple and straightforward. First, you can onboard users to your accounts, then you can accept payments on their behalf, and then finally you can automatically pay them out. And some of the biggest marketplaces all around the world, like Lyft, Kickstarter, Instacart, or Twitter, use it to process their payments. In short, Stripe Connect is really the perfect tool to use to process payments for any type of marketplace. The only problem that us no-coders have is that Stripe is primarily a tool designed for developers to implement it into their apps, and it's not really designed for no-coders. Now, I must say that Stripe has really stepped up their game in the no-code space over the last year and a half, and you can see it by them releasing things like payment links. They're making it a lot more accessible for people who can't code to get things up and running. But when it comes to the more advanced features like Connect, we do still heavily rely on platforms like Zapier or Make.com to create the integrations that will essentially allow us to use tools like Connect. And even though Zapier or Make don't have any Stripe Connect specific integrations, I still wanted to know what is and what isn't possible using potentially custom modules inside of tools like Make. And so over the last 2 weeks, I've been working on a proof of concept e-commerce store inside of Airtable that allows third-party sellers to add products to my store and for me to then process payments on their behalf and then automatically pay them out. And that is exactly what I'm going to be showing you in today's video. Now, before we dive into the video on how you can use Stripe Connect to process payments, I quickly wanted to address two things. Number one, there are limitations when you're using Stripe Connect payment links. The first and probably most obvious one that a lot of people are going to come across is that Stripe Connect payment links only work on a one link, one product basis, meaning that if your marketplace has an add to cart functionality where a buyer can add multiple products to a cart and then check out, then that is something that you won't be able to do with Stripe Connect. Now, the second thing is that everything that I'm about to show you can be automated using Make.com, but it is quite advanced, meaning that in order for you to get the automated version of this set up, you are going to have a decent understanding of how Airtable works and how Make works. But what I'm going to be showing you in this video is the manual way of setting up. So how to create your Connect account, how to add products, how to add prices and create payment links, and how the actual payouts work. But if you want to learn how to automate all of this, stick around to the end because I created a bunch of tutorials that you'll be able to get access to if you want to learn how to do this. But with all of that being said, let's just dive straight into it so that you can see how Stripe Connect works. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you my proof of concept e-commerce store that I created. So the idea is that sellers can simply sign up to my platform and then add products that they want to sell. And the way that I actually allow them to sell products is by using Stripe payment links. Now, the way Stripe payment links works is pretty simple and straightforward. You basically display them either in your Airtable store, or if you also are wanting to set this up inside of Webflow, you'll just store the link inside of the Webflow CMS. And then as soon as someone clicks on the Buy Now button, what will happen is you'll be redirected to a Stripe checkout page. And then from there, you can simply purchase the product. Now, as soon as your customer makes a purchase, all of the information about the purchase will automatically be sent to your transactions table inside of Airtable, and more importantly, it will also be processed inside of Stripe, and it will then automatically pay out the share that you agreed on with your seller. Now, in order for you to create this type of functionality for your own marketplace, what you're going to have to do is first of all create your Stripe account, which I'm going to assume you've done up until now, and then as soon as you are in Stripe, head on over to the Connect tab. Now, in order for you to get started, you're first of all going to have to tell Stripe what your marketplace is about. So there are a few steps involved with getting it set up, and so all you need to do is just simply tell Stripe what your marketplace is about. You can specify things about your marketplace, and it will basically make sure that Stripe is setting up Connect in a way that will work specifically for your use case. Now, as soon as you're done with the onboarding, you'll be looking at something that looks a little bit like this, where you'll have a few green ticks, but all of your connected accounts will be empty. And that will mean that you are now ready to start off with the first part of setting up Stripe Connect, which is adding sellers to your account. Now, in order for you to add someone to your Stripe account properly, you're actually going to have to get them to go through an onboarding process created by Stripe that basically allows them to specify things like their business information, their legal representation, but more importantly also their bank account, so that you know where to pay them out to. And the way that you're going to do that is by simply heading on over to the connected accounts section and then clicking on the create button. What that will do is it will open up a little window that will ask you for your account type and country, and from here all you need to do is just select Express and the country in question, then click on continue, and what that will do is it will generate a one-time link that you can then send to your seller. Now, a very important thing to understand about this link is that this is a one-time link only, so you can't just copy this link onto a dashboard and then allow people to add themselves to your Stripe account. As soon as someone uses this link once, the link will expire and you'll then have to generate a new one for a new seller. Now, there is a chance that you might run into a little issue at this stage where you can't continue because you do not have Express enabled. If that is the case, all you need to do is to simply click on Review Express Settings. That will then redirect you to a page where you can then basically select all of the countries that you want to enable. And then one last thing to do that is super important is to then head over to your Connect settings and to then scroll down to the section where you can then enable OAuth for Express accounts. Now, assuming everything worked, as soon as one of your sellers then clicks on their onboarding link, they'll be taken through an onboarding process created by Stripe that will basically require them to answer questions that you need to know about your marketplace sellers. And so it will ask for information about the legal representative, but then they'll also get a chance to add their bank account. Now, if you're not ready to set up the actual version of Stripe Connect on your account, you can actually just use their test account, and that will allow you to add fake bank account details that basically allow you to test the functionality of Stripe Connect without you actually having to add all your details. And so as soon as your seller is done with it, all they need to do is click on the submit button, and that will then add the seller to your Stripe account. Now, as your sellers start going through the onboarding process, you'll start seeing them appear in your connected accounts list. Now, one quick thing that I want to say about that is you can see here that there are enabled accounts and restricted accounts. The restricted accounts only happens when someone doesn't complete the onboarding process, and so that is something that you only have to worry about with the automated version of setting up Stripe Connect, but there'll be some videos on that in the future. If you have managed to enable some of your accounts, you'll then be able to add them to products and to sell them on their behalf. Now, the second part of the process is adding products to your Stripe account, and so you can see in here I've already got a whole bunch of examples, but if you want to add a brand new product, all you need to do is click on add product. You then go ahead and add the product that you want to add, and you can add images, you can add descriptions, and then all you need to do is select your pricing. So in this case, we're going to say $100 standard pricing one time, and as soon as you're done with that, all you need to do is click on save product. Now, the next thing that you're going to have to do is to now create a payment link. So as soon as you add your product, you'll be redirected to the product page, and you'll also see in the pricing section that your $100 price has been been added. Now, over on the right side, you can see where it says create payment link. All you need to do is click on that payment link, and that will then take you to a page that will allow you to configure the checkout page that I just showed you in my e-commerce store. Now, there are a whole bunch of things that you can customize in here. For example, if you want to allow promotion codes, you can add them in there. If you want to allow your customers to adjust quantities, you can really make a lot of adjustments to it. But as soon as you've set it up the way that you want it to, then all you need to do is click on next. And now, before you create the payment link, you'll actually be able to split the payment with a connected account. And so all you need to do now is to select the account that you want to split it with. So in this case, I'm going to split it with anna@gmail.com. And then what you can do is you can then specify how much of that money you want your business to keep. So on a $100 sale, I'm going to keep $15. And basically what's going to happen now when someone purchases this product is anna@gmail.com will receive $85 and I will receive $15 minus any Stripe fees that are associated with it. And so all that's left to do is to then click on the create link button, and that will then generate a link that you can now use in your Airtable store, in your Webflow store, or whatever other tool you're using to host your store. And so then as soon as you start storing your payment links in whatever tool you're using, you will then allow people to come to your site and to make purchases. You'll be able to then also in the back end split the payments with your service provider as specified. And then the coolest thing about it all, everything will be tracked inside of your Stripe dashboard. You'll be able to see how many new connected accounts you have. You'll be able to see how many fees you've collected. You'll also be able to see what the gross volume is that you've generated in sales through your marketplace. And that is essentially the functionality behind processing payments for marketplaces. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, all of this can be automated, but besides just doing all of the workflows that I just showed you, you'll also be able to do things like create dashboards for your sellers that will allow them to keep track of their transactions and their payouts. And so if you're setting up a no-code marketplace with user accounts using tools like Glide or MemberStack, you'll be able to allow your sellers to make an API call that will then give them access to their own Stripe Connect dashboard that will allow them to see how much they've sold, how much is on their way to their bank account, how much is pending, and so on. And so besides being able to just process the payments in the background, your sellers will also have a really nice interface to work with. Now, if you want to have a crack at setting up the automation for this yourself, then what you need to do is first of all use make.com. I tried to see whether or not you could do it with Zapier, and even though it is kind of possible using custom request steps, you're definitely going to have an easier time getting it set up inside of Make. And the second thing that you are going to have to do is basically dive into the API documentation for Stripe Connect. The documentation is fantastic, and you'll get a great overview of all of the different things that you're going to need to specify when you are making Stripe API calls. Now, if you're not 100% sure where to get started with make.com or with the Stripe API docs, but you would still like to learn how to get this functionality set up, then I have created a tutorial series where I will take you through the step-by-step process of setting up the Stripe Connect functionality using make.com. Currently, it all sits inside of Notion, but I'm going to be moving it over to Podia in the next few days. So just check out the link down below and you will be able to get access to it. So one last thing, besides the use case that I explained in this video today, you'll actually be able to do a whole bunch more with Stripe Connect. For example, you'll be able to set up Stripe Connect for invoices. So if, for example, you want to pay out a service provider that may have helped you with something that you've added to a client's invoice, you'll be able to automatically pay them out using Stripe Connect. You'll also be able to use Stripe Connect to basically pay out on ongoing plans. So if you have a SaaS product and you want to pay out an affiliate, then you'll be able to use Stripe Connect to essentially set up that functionality that consistently pays out a service provider, or in this case, an affiliate, for every single time that someone continues to pay you. Other than that, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please let me know in the comments down below. I always appreciate it very much. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking around for the entire video, and I'll see you back here for the next one.